Hello everyone, good evening, welcome back here, and today we are going to discuss an important chapter which is from the science section, and specifically if I'll talk about, so it's biology, and the topic's name is vitamins and minerals. So what kind of questions are asked here? So the questions are like, what is the issue that is caused because of deficiency of vitamin C? What is the chemical name of vitamin E? So we are going to discuss all those important things which are relevant to the examination. So let's start with a chapter. So guys, first of all, what is nutrients? Let's have a look at it. So guys, whatsoever you are eating, you will get nutrients from it. Let's say it's chapati, you'll get nutrients. If it is aloo paratha, you get nutrients. So what kind of nutrients I'm talking about? Carbohydrate, protein, fat, vitamins and minerals. So that means, what is nutrients? So these are the substances that are present in our food, and that's important for our healthy body. And yes, if it lacks, it leads to several diseases, and where it can be scurvy, it can be marasmus, it can be kwashiorkor. So these type of questions are also framed in the examination. So first of all, let's see what we are going to discuss today. So first of all, we'll be discussing the need of food, then we'll understand the different type of nutrients, and then we'll summarize the deficiency disorder. So let's start with the introduction. So guys, if I talk about the food, so what is the importance of food? So that's obviously important for the survival, as food provides us energy. This energy is required for the growth and repair, and that maintains the functions of the body, and obviously it sustains our immune system. So what drives our heat? So that's the hunger, right? Apart from that, we know that these food products contains the nutrients, and hence we eat. Okay. Now proceeding further. So what is nutrition? So that's the study of nutritional content of different foods, or we can say process by which organisms use food to enable the growth and repair. So what are nutrients? So these are the substances that are present in our food, and they are necessary for the normal functioning of the body. So nutrients are basically of two different types. It may be macronutrient, carbohydrate, protein or fats, or it may be micronutrient that includes vitamins and minerals. Okay, so what is balanced diet? So see, in this thali system, you will find that there are several fruits, there are even non-veg products. Here we have vegetables. So different types of food gives you different type of nutrients, and because of this we are safe and sound, because every nutrient is important. Like carbohydrate gives us 4 calories per gram of energy, but that is the major source of energy. Fat, that gives 9 calories per gram, but that is the major storage form of energy. Proteins, they help in the repairing and the cell division part. Also, if I talk about vitamins, so vitamin A is required for our eyes for healthy vision. Vitamin C, it's required. If it is not there, it will lead to bleeding from the gums. That's known as scurvy. So yes, what is balanced diet? So different type of food which is going to give you the adequate amount of nutrients. That's balanced diet. Malnutrition, if there are inadequate amount of nutrients, so yes, the person will be said to be that he's actually suffering from malnutrition, and it will be because of deficiency of vitamin, or it may be because of deficiency of protein. It might be deficiency of anything. Okay, so what is food calorie? The amount of energy that is present in the food, that's measured in the calories, that's food calorie. And what is biofortification? So that's the technique of increasing the nutritional value of the crops. So here wheat, maize, they all are biofortified with the zinc. Sweet potato and legumes, they are biofortified with the iron. So it actually helps in increasing the nutrient value, right? Okay, so nutrients are of two different types. Nutrients which are required in larger quantity, they are macronutrients, and which are required in lesser quantity, they are micronutrients. So macronutrients includes carbohydrate, fats and proteins, and micronutrients includes vitamins and minerals. So today the main topic that we are going to discuss is about these micronutrients only. So here I have some questions to ask. First of all, please tell me, which of the following is not a macronutrient? What do you think? What should be the correct answer? And guys, as discussed, these are the questions which are asked in the previous year paper, and also they include the most expected questions. So let's see how much we are aware of this part. So which of the following is not a macronutrient? So do not miss this part. It's saying which is not a macronutrient. So macronutrient means we're talking about carbohydrates, proteins and fats. So obviously minerals are not macronutrient, and that's why option number D is the correct answer. Next, which of the following is not a micronutrient? So micronutrients are vitamins and minerals. So obviously proteins will be the correct answer. So let's talk about the vitamins now. So guys, what are vitamins? Vitamins are essential micronutrients which cannot be synthesized by the body. But you need to remember two names, that is vitamin D and vitamin B3. They are synthesized by the human body itself. So vitamins are categorized into two parts. One is fat soluble and another one is water soluble. So fat soluble are the ones which are stored in the tissues and they are A, D, E and K. What about water soluble? So water soluble vitamins are the ones which are easily soluble in water, and here it includes vitamin B and C. Fine? Okay. So proceeding further, so one by one we'll discuss about all the vitamins. So first of all, vitamin A, whose chemical name is retinol. What is the function of vitamin A? Do you know what is the function? So vitamin A is required for the healthy skin and for the nerve tissues. Here, it has an essential role in the vision. So guys, is there any way to remember this? Yeah, there's a way. Just try to link this term, retin. Are you able to link it with retina? Yeah, retina. What is that? So retina is the part of eye. What is it? Retina is actually the part of eye, so obviously it has a great role, significant role in the vision. If this vitamin lacks, there will be issue in the eyes only. What kind of issue? Like dryness in the eyes. That's known as xerophthalmia. Also, another one is night blindness. What is it? Another one is night blindness, in which you are unable to see properly during the night time or when the light is dim. Okay, next. So now, what are the sources of vitamin A? So they include beta carotene foods, that includes carrots, spinach, sweet potato and cod liver oil. And guys, please remember, cod is actually the name of a fish. What is it? This is actually the name of a fish. Okay. Further, so cholecalciferol, that's the chemical name of vitamin D3, and the chemical name of vitamin D is calciferol. So from this calci term, I can actually link it with the calcium, and obviously our bones are made up of calcium and phosphorus, so it will create the issue in our bones only, right? So it is required for the proper absorption of calcium and phosphorus for the healthy bones, and its deficiency leads to rickets and osteomalacia. What is rickets? That's the bowing of legs. And what is osteomalacia? That is the softening of the bones. Then comes vitamin D. Vitamin D's chemical name is calciferol. So its sources are whole milk, food fortified with vitamin D and egg yolk. But that's not important. This is the most important thing. Do you know? Vitamin D is also known as sunshine vitamin. Why? Because the main source of vitamin D is sunlight. Sunlight is the major source of vitamin D, and that's very important and you must remember this. Okay, so now guys, it's the time for vitamin E. Its chemical name is tocopherol and its function is it works as an antioxidant, that is it protects the cell from damages from the free radicals, and also they are essential for the central nervous system. So guys, here these issues are the ones which are linked with the old age, like impotency. That is, there's the issue in the reproductive capability. So all those issues which are linked with the old age, they can be seen in the earlier stages of the life as well. So yes, it includes that crazy chick disease that affects the nervous system in the young chickens, muscle weakness and wrinkles. All these are the issues that is caused because of lack of vitamin E. So what you can do? You can go for dry fruits. That is the best part. So green leafy vegetables, whole grains, nuts, cereal grains, wheat germ oil, peanuts, soya bean oil, almonds, they all are the sources of vitamin E. What about K? So vitamin K is also known as phylloquinone or naphthaquinone, and that's necessary for the blood coagulation. Let's say you are playing cricket, and while playing cricket, there was a tear in the skin. Will this bleeding continue for the lifetime? No, that bleeding will stop within 3 or 4 minutes. How? Because here vitamin K is helping in that blood coagulation. So yes, here we have prothrombin, which is vitamin K dependent clotting factor that also helps in the metabolism of the bones. But yes, if vitamin K lacks, it will lead to the prolonged bleeding that's mentioned here, and also the poor development of bones. So what we can have for vitamin K? So for vitamin K, you can have green leafy vegetables, you can have broccoli, you can have spinach. So all those green leafy vegetables, That includes cabbage, spinach, broccoli, sprouts, kale. So yes, they are the source of vitamin K. What about vitamin B? So guys, within vitamin B, we have a whole series, B1, B2, B3 and so on. So we need to discuss about that. So now I'll teach you vitamin B series and then we'll move forward with the vitamin C. Okay, so B1. The chemical name of B1 is thiamine and it helps to convert the carbohydrate into the energy. In the very starting, I discussed about carbohydrate if you remember. What was it? Carbohydrate was giving you 4 calories per gram of energy, right? What was it? 4 calories per gram. So now there might be someone who is helping in generating the energy from this carbohydrate. This is vitamin B1. So this is needed by all the tissues to function properly. Its deficiency leads to beriberi, which is of two different types. One is wet beriberi and another one is dry beriberi. Wet beriberi affects heart and dry beriberi that leads to the loss of sensation and paralysis. What are the source of B1? So brown rice, outer layer of cereals, tofu. Acha, tofu looks like paneer, but that's not a paneer. It's made up of soya, so that's a soya product. Green peas, they are the source of vitamin B1. What about B2? So the chemical name of B2 is riboflavin. What is it? Riboflavin, and here it's needed for the red blood cells production. Its deficiency leads to skin disorders, lesions around the corners of the mouth and swollen throat. So here the sources are yeast, eggs and meat. Talking about B3, so the name is niacin. It synthesizes coenzymes that is NAD, NADP. Its deficiency leads to pellagra that's marked by dementia, diarrhea and dermatitis. So guys, these are also known as 3D issues. Okay. So it's the condition that affects the digestive system and also the nervous system. So what we can have for B3? So for B3, you can obviously go for meat and milk products. So meat, fish, foods fortified with whole grains, mushrooms, potatoes and peanut butter. So these are the sources of B3. Next, B5, the chemical name is pantothenic acid. So that's used to make coenzyme CoA, and what is that? Co-acetyl enzyme, and that helps in the metabolism of fats. So its deficiency leads to fatigue, insomnia, irritability, vomiting and stomach pains. So these are the issues that are caused because of lack of vitamin B5. What are the sources? The sources are chicken, egg yolk, whole grain, broccoli, mushroom, avocado and tomato. So these are the sources of vitamin B5. Next, B6, it is pyridoxine. So it maintains the level of homocysteine and it reduces the heart risk. That is diseases which may be linked with the heart. So that part becomes lesser. That is, it reduces the risk of the heart disease. Its deficiency leads to microcytic anemia, weakened immune system, confusion, depression. What are the sources? So the sources are meat, fish, poultry, legumes, tofu and other soya products, potatoes and non-citrus fruits. So they are actually sources of vitamin B6. What about B12? So the chemical name of vitamin B12 is cyanocobalamin, which mentioned as cobalamin here. So just try to link it with cobalt. So in the examination that is asked, which element helps in the proper function of vitamin B12, that is cobalt. So it helps in the synthesis of RBCs, right, and DNA. One more thing, if it lacks in our body, it leads to pernicious anemia. That is one of the issue which is very common nowadays in India. Okay, so what are the sources? So sorry, the deficiency leads to muscle and nerve paralysis, also pernicious anemia, and this is again and again asked in the examination, so it's important as well. Sources are meat, poultry, fish, milk, cheese, eggs, fortified cereals and fortified soya milk. So that's about B12. Now guys, what about vitamin C? So vitamin C's chemical name is ascorbic acid, which helps in synthesizing collagen. It works as an antioxidant, it boosts the immune system and it helps in healing the wounds. But if it lacks, because of the lack of vitamin C, it leads to the issue that is known as scurvy, that is bleeding from the gums. Okay, so now its deficiency leads to scurvy, that is bleeding from the gums, spots on the skin due to bleeding of the broken vessels, delayed wound healing. The sources are the citrus fruits, potatoes, broccoli, bell peppers, spinach, strawberry, tomato. But the most important ones are which are repeatedly asked in the examination, and they include lemon, amla, lime. These are the major sources which are again and again asked in the examination. So guys, if you have any doubt here, you can just let me know. Let me check the comment section till then. So I guess everything is clear as of now, right? So guys, if you have any questions, any queries, any doubts, do not hesitate. Please keep on asking. Proceeding further. So now guys, let's talk about minerals. So what are they? They are essential inorganic nutrients that are required in the smaller amounts. So there are some elements that causes issues. So mercury salts, they are corrosive to the skin, eyes and gastrointestinal tract. And when mercury is ingested, so it leads to mini-mata disease. Similarly, prolonged exposure to the lead leads to anemia. Cadmium leads to itai. So these are different elements that are causing different type of issues, and also arsenic that leads to blackfoot disease. But here we will be discussing about those elements, those minerals which are necessary for us. So we'll start with the iron first. Iron, it is found in the hemoglobin, and hemoglobin carries the oxygen. But if iron lacks in our body, it leads to the issue that is known as anemia. So deficiency leads to anemia. And what are the symptoms? You will feel fatigue and pale skin will be there. Sources: meat, fish, poultry, legumes, dry fruits, green leafy vegetables, cereals, and foods fortified with the iron. Next, iodine. So guys, iodine actually helps in the synthesis of thyroid hormones. If iodine lacks, because of the lack of the iodine, this area, that is, if I talk about your throat, it will swell. That is known as goiter. So that is because of lack of iodine, and in order to resolve the issue, so we need to go with the isotope of iodine, and that is iodine 131. Okay. So iodine is used for the synthesis of thyroid hormone. So it's found in the thyroid hormone, which helps regulate the growth, development, and metabolism. Deficiency disease and symptoms. So in children, it affects the growth and development. In adults, if I link it with the hyperthyroidism is the one that means the extra part. Hypo means the lower one. So in adults, this hypothyroidism affects the body's metabolism, and goiter is the swelling of the thyroid gland. So what are the sources? Prawns, crabs, fishes. So guys, iodine, iodized salt, sorry. So seafood, iodized salt, bread, dairy products, they are the sources of good sources of iodine. Then potassium, so it is needed for the fluid balance. That's important for the nerve transmission, muscle contraction. Deficiency disease and symptoms, they include the fluid loss, muscle cramps, weakness, constipation, bloating, abdominal pain. They are the issues that are because of lack of potassium. So what you can have? You can have bananas, you can have mangoes, you can also have the dry fruits. So they all are the good sources of potassium. So here, dry fruits, beans, lentils, spinach, mango, banana, they are the sources of potassium. Next, calcium. So guys, our bone and teeth are made up of calcium and phosphorus. So yes, from where you get this calcium? Obviously from milk, yogurt and all. So they are the primary component of bone and teeth. They are important for the blood coagulation as well. But lacking leads to muscle cramps, numbness in the fingers and brittle bones. So the sources are milk, yogurt, cheese, fortified milk products and almonds. Next, zinc. So that's important for making the genetic material. So it is essential for the perception of taste and smell. Oh, so this is the smell of, so wow, what a fragrance, man. So are you using this cobra scent? Which perfume is this? You are able to link all these things because of this zinc only, which is essential for making the genetic material. Okay, so it's found in the chemical structure of insulin as well, and that's important. You must remember this. So its deficiency leads to the loss of taste and smell, poor appetite, delayed wound healing. So that's wrong. Spelling error is there. That's delayed wound healing, and excess of zinc interferes with the absorption of iron. Fine. Next, so the sources are meat, fish, poultry, whole grains, and vegetables. They are the sources of zinc. Then sodium. So it's essential for the fluid balance. They have the important role in the nerve transmission and muscle contraction. Deficiency disease and symptoms. So it leads to tiredness, muscle spasm, and seizures. Common salt, soya sauce, fortified foods, bread, vegetables, unprocessed meats, they are the sources of sodium. What about phosphorus? So see, our bones were made up of calcium and phosphorus. So obviously, phosphorus is also important for our bones, right? So yes, it's needed for the healthy bones and teeth, and that's important for making the energy compounds in the cell. So its lacking leads to lack of appetite. You will not feel hungry. Weaker bones and teeth. So the sources are meat, fish, eggs, milk, and fortified foods. Okay. Copper. So that's essential for formation and function of the RBCs. It's essential for the iron metabolism as well. So its deficiency and symptoms. So Menkes disease, dry skin, abnormal hair. Overdose can be toxic and it can even kill the liver cells. So sources are legumes, nut and seeds, whole grains, organ meats and drinking water. They are the sources. Then cobalt, if you remember, vitamin B12. So here we had a name that is cyanocobalamine. Remember? So here you can link it with cobalt, right? So here guys, if I talk about this cobalt part, so it's the major part of vitamin B12. So its lacking leads to lack of appetite and the numbness. Cobalt, the sources are legume forages, salt containing cobalt. Then roughage, so that's the plant food which is not digestible by the human body, and cellulose is the example, but it has an important function. So it provides bulk to the intestinal contents. It helps in the muscular contractions of digestive tract and also in the smooth movement of the food in the digestive system. Now, what are the sources? So you can have vegetables, grains, cereals, or whole meal bread. They are the sources of roughage. Then water is left. So guys, talking about the water, so that's the main component of the cytoplasm. 6 to 70% of the human body is made up of water only. It acts as a transporting medium, and also all the reactions that occurs in our body, they take place in water only, and it has copper in the dissolved form that's there in the water. And one more thing, it helps in the regulating the body's temperature as well. So this was all about vitamins and minerals which is necessary for examination. Now let's check, are we ready for the examination? So what kind of questions were framed in the examination previously? Let's have a look. So it's a time to go with the practice questions, and the first question is in front of you. Let's see who will answer. Riboflavin is the name of dash. B3, B1, B5 or B2? What do you think? And everyone who was there in the class, if you have any doubts or queries, you can just let me know. And right now I'm just trying to mention them. So the chemical name of B1 was thiamine. What was it? Thiamine. The chemical name of B2 was riboflavin. The chemical name of B3 was niacin. The chemical name of B5 was pantothenic acid. So riboflavin was asked, that is vitamin B2 is the answer. Next, which vitamins helps in the synthesis of acetyl coenzyme A? Was it ascorbic acid? So this was vitamin C. Was it pantothenic acid? That was vitamin B5. Was it retinol? That was vitamin A. And was it calciferol? That's vitamin D. What do you think? So guys, if you have heard this lecture carefully, you can easily tell that it was vitamin B5 that was helping in the synthesis of acetyl coenzyme A, and that's why B, that is pantothenic acid, will be the perfect answer. So this gives us clarity that we need to remember the scientific names as well, right? What's the next question? The next is, which nutrient deficiency causes kwashiorkor? So guys, whether it is kwashiorkor or is marasmus, for both the answer will be proteins only. So proteins are the ones that are important for our body's repairing and for the cell growth, but if it lacks, it leads to kwashiorkor and marasmus. Next, which mineral deficiency causes malfunction of thyroid gland? So is it iodine? Yes. And if goiter is there, which isotope is used? So that is iodine 131. Perfect. So lack of iron leads to anemia. Lack of calcium. So lack of calcium leads to the issue in the bones, right? So brittle bones. Next, so iodine is the answer. Which vitamin helps in the blood coagulation? So vitamin A, its chemical name was retinol, so that's linked with the eye. So xerophthalmia and night blindness, that's linked with deficiency of vitamin A. Vitamin C's deficiency leads to scurvy, but vitamin K's deficiency leads to the issue in the blood clotting, that is delay in the blood clotting. So yes, vitamin K helps in the blood clotting, and vitamin E, that is the one that keeps us away from the old age issues like impotency and all. So yeah, vitamin K is the answer. Deficiency of dash leads to beriberi. So beriberi may be wet, it may be dry, but that is caused because of deficiency of vitamin B1. And what is the name of B1? Thiamine. So thiamine, that is option number A, is the correct answer. Which mineral is found in insulin? So guys, we have discussed this. Which mineral is found in insulin? Is it copper? No. So that's zinc. So zinc is the answer. Which condition occurs with the deficiency of vitamin B12? So B12 deficiency leads to pernicious anemia. And what is the chemical name for the same? So that's cyanocobalamine. Xerophthalmia is caused because of deficiency of vitamin A. Vitamin B's deficiency leads to beriberi. Vitamin C's deficiency leads to scurvy. And vitamin D's deficiency leads to rickets. Clear? Perfect. Next, tocopherol is the chemical name of what? So that's the name of vitamin E, because chemical name of vitamin A is retinol. For D it's calciferol, for E it's tocopherol, and for K it's phylloquinone. Simple. Next. So that's all from my end. So let's discuss the summary. So the process by which organisms use food to enable the growth and repair, that's nutrition. What are nutrients? So the substances which are present in the food and are essential for the normal function of the body, of healthy body. Balanced diet, it provides the adequate amounts of nutrients required to maintain the healthy body. And malnutrition, that is the deficiency of nutrients, leads to this issue. So the example can be kwashiorkor or marasmus. What is food calorie? So the amount of energy in the food which is measured in the calories. Biofortification, that is the technique of increasing the nutrition value of the food crops. And roughage, that is the plant food which is not digestible by the human body. So that's all from my end. And guys, please tell me now, are you liking this session? And if you like this session, I'll continue the series on the daily basis. So you can join me sharp at 5. And please remember, on Monday, we are going with the live test that gives you the reality check that how questions from the GS section is framed. On Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, we are taking individual topics from the science section. And once we complete science, we'll go with other GS subjects as well. So Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday at 5 p.m. we'll have these topics. In the same way, and on the Friday, the combined session will be taken of Tuesdays, Wednesday and Thursdays lecture, which will include the most expected questions and also the previous year paper questions. And after that practice is done, I'll give you a free PDF that is for you all, and that free ebook will be given to you all so that you can actually revise it and you can easily give the selection. So that's all from my end. Actually, guys, one more thing, if you want to go with the paid batch, you can just go to the Google and you will type Oliveboard here. So the first link that opens up, just click on it. Here you will find on the dashboard SSC plus Railway Super Reality Batch, which includes both Hindi and English medium courses, your live courses, tests and notes, everything is present. So just click on it. And once you click on it, you will find 1200 plus live sessions of SSC, 600 plus live session of RRB, 300 plus concept videos, 90 plus mock tests, typing tests. So just click on enroll now option, and here there's a coupon code that is given. As we are celebrating Father's Day, so you can use code DAD and you can avail 59% off. So that's all from my end. And guys, who are new here, you can just subscribe the channel and daily just join sharp at 5 so that we can complete our whole syllabus before the examination. So for the examination, all the very best, and in the comment section, please let me know, are you liking this session? Thank you guys. Please take care. Jai Hind.